from Williston, Minot, and Bismarck dispose of the explosive materials. The process was suspended last night, but will resume this morning. Williston police have arrested 28-year-old Ross Petrie after more than 1,000 pounds of homemade explosives were found during a drug investigation. Well, it was a surprise for a lot of us coming into work early this morning. Snow in the FM metro. The flakes are small, but this is right outside our studio around 4 a.m. and a sure sign that winter is well on its way. Let's head on over and check in with meteorologist Lisa Green with what's going on today. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, we've had a little bit of snow already, and yeah, a shock to the system, even if it's been in the forecast for the last couple of days. And we're talking about more snow and more wind coming our way here in our planner for today. Right now, radar not showing a lot going on, but there are a few areas where we're seeing some flakes coming down or flying around with that wind as well. In the Southern Valley, we've been watching this area as some snow moved through, but look at that. It's all cleared out very quickly. That's what went through the Fargo Moorhead metro area in that 4 to 5 o'clock hour earlier this morning. Let's take a look at our current conditions. Temperatures are into the 30s. Those are the blue numbers. And then when we factor in that wind that's already on the brisk side, it feels more like the 20s. You're going to want to wear that jacket this morning and throughout the day. It's 35 degrees in Fargo and in Grand Forks. Winds gusting out of the west or northwest into the 20s up north. We've got a 32-mile-per-hour gust out in Jamestown. Fargo gusting to 24, and again that gets stronger as the day goes on. We've got that wind advisory, the red flag warning, all of it scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. So your bus stop planner this morning, not snowing everywhere, but we just want to give you that heads up that the kids may see a flake or two out at the bus stop. Temperatures in the 30s, some of us maybe even at freezing or a little bit below. This afternoon, we're still dealing with cooler air and wind too, with some gusts into the 30s and 40s and temperatures in the 30s and 40s for your highs this afternoon. Let's take a quick look at our winds out of the northwest throughout the day and getting stronger. Now, I've got a 50 here for later this afternoon and evening. That's more for places out by Jamestown, but we want to let you know that there is that possibility in the valley, more into the western parts of our region. So windy everywhere. We've got that fire weather warning out west, and then the snow more possible out east. So we've been talking about this fire and ice forecast. And then tomorrow and into Saturday, more chances for rain and a little bit of snow. And tomorrow morning, Friday morning, we could have a little bit of accumulation on some of those colder surfaces, grassy areas in northern Minnesota as we're waking up. So we'll be tracking that for you throughout the next 24 plus hours.
Fire, ice, snowflakes, you name it, we got it all.
It's right. That's right. It's always interesting, the weather here in the valley, that's for sure.
Well, thank you so much for keeping us updated. The North Dakota Supreme Court ordering a lower court judge to reconsider his decision to prevent the state's abortion ban from taking effect pending the outcome of a clinic's legal challenge. The Supreme Court says Judge Bruce Romanek needs to weigh the clinic's chances of succeeding in reconsidering whether his decision to temporarily halt enforcement of the ban was correct. The Red River Women's Clinic, the state's only abortion clinic, argues that the state's constitution grants the right to abortion. A Minnesota coroner ruling that the manner of death of a 12-year-old boy during a hunting accident this week was a homicide and that he died of a gunshot wound to the head. Now, the term homicide is used by coroners for many scenarios that can include accidental, reckless, or negligent death caused by another person. Police say the boy was hunting squirrels with his family near Motley, and that was when he was accidentally shot by his uncle. The man accused of hitting and killing a teen in McHenry County scheduled for court today. 41-year-old Shannon Brandt facing murder charges after 18-year-old Kaylor Ellingson was hit with a car. Court records indicate Brandt hit Ellingson after a political argument, claiming that he felt threatened. A Duluth woman has pleaded guilty to her role in an August 2019 murder on the Red Lake Indian Reservation. Court documents allege 21-year-old Mia Sumner, along with Alexia Cutbank and Daniel Barrett, entered the home of Daniel Johnson, and that Cutbank fired multiple shots that killed Johnson, injuring another. Sumner yesterday pleaded guilty to aiding and abetting murder. Suicide-related calls are going up in Fargo. Since September 1st, police have received nearly 200 calls. But those who work in mental health say the high number of calls is a good thing because that means people are reaching out for help. They say only a small percentage of those calls resulted in death.
Seeing that increase in volume tells us that we are reaching those and offering hope, offering an avenue for people to be able to reach out and get their needs met, to know that they're not alone.
We have resources available on our website. Head on over to valleynewslive.com. Essentia Health and Marshfield Clinic Health System out of Wisconsin are taking the first step toward a potential merger. They have a signed memorandum of understanding to evaluate how the two organizations might combine into an organization that could potentially feature about 3,500 providers and serve more than 2 million people across 25 different hospitals. And there are some big changes in the works for downtown Fargo. City leaders are talking about a project that includes a nearly 500-stall parking garage, a 145-unit apartment complex, and a 400-seat Fargo-Moorhead Community Theater. That would fill 2 parking lots on the 600 block of Northern Pacific Avenue. That's right by the old Broadway. City leaders hope to complete the parking ramp in 2024 and the apartments and theater in mid to late 2025. A staple downtown event is back and ready to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Valley Today's Jillian Trudeau is live to tell us what the event is and how we can all help. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning, Ashlyn. That's exactly correct. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are outside of Prairie Kitchen, where we might get a little blocked off here, but you could see just a chain of bras that are outside off of University Drive here, and it may look a little familiar to some people who have been around the Fargo downtown area for a couple of years, and that's because Karen Stoker and her team at Hodo, they have been working for 11 years and draping those bras across the downtown buildings and businesses, organizations for breast cancer awareness. And it's not only just breast cancer, it's also other cancers, cancer survivors and diagnosis, but they raise money they've raised over $1 million over the 11 years that they've been funding this. So 701 Eateries, Project Pink are doing an event called Bras Off Broadway. It happens tonight. The 701 Eateries event is actually sold out, but there is another event at Fargo Brewing Company, and that will entail food. There's a silent auction and also a fashion show, and I believe that there's local artists and models that are going to be going around in just original bras, and it sounds like a really great event. All of the donations will be going towards cancer diagnosis and survivors. Those tickets are $50 and will be available on our website at valleynewslive.com.
Hey, you gotta love live television. Thank you so much for giving us all of that information. And we can now see those chain links of bras spread across those buildings. So if your morning commute takes you downtown, you'll be able to see it. Nice job, Jillian. Thank you so much. The Fargo ELIM Care Center is preparing for an exciting grand opening today after a fire destroyed the senior assisted living and health facility back in January of 2020. We're getting a sneak peek this morning at what they've rebuilt. The staff says they've been working hard on many upgrades, and the facility is better than ever. The building is more accessible. All residents now have their own room, and they expanded the courtroom. The grand opening celebration is today from 4 to 6:30 p.m. Well, listen to this. 2 fishermen who put weights in the fish they caught to win a fishing tournament are being criminally charged with attempted grand theft. Video you see there involving Jacob Runyon and Chase Kaminsky went viral after last month's Lake Erie Walleye Trail Tournament in Cleveland. The weights were found inside the fish and also in the fish fillets. The top prize for having the 5 heaviest walleye fish at this tournament was $28,000. Wow, the more you know. Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Bundle up if you're heading out the door. Be sure to grab that jacket. The news rolls on.